Hi. So I have been working on this video all week, which is going to surprise you when you see just how not together this video is. And the thing is that as I was creating this video, it's about art journaling, and it is about the papers that I did, that I created, sort of how how I was going to take some of those papers that I made at my artist residency and applying them just to my simple, made by my own hands art journal. And all lovely, good and great. And then I had this little moment where I had put in this little message for myself that it, it's a nice message. I always try to put these little encouraging tidbits in my art journal. And then I started journaling about it in the journal. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you my heart and soul. And I realized that I needed that message way more than I thought I did. And that message is that I need to show up authentically. For you, yes, and mostly for me. I don't know if you struggle with this. I struggle with this. I am not one of those people who wants, or really even half the time is able to put on a happy face when I'm feeling blah. I admire people who can do that. I can think of several people off the top of my head who just seem to be like sunshine no matter what's going on in their world. I have difficulty with that. And my life is great. So don't get me wrong. I'm not here to say that things are going badly, but I am in a bit of a funk of sorts, like just not quite feeling myself. And it it made me realize that the best thing I can do for me, and probably the best thing I can do for you, is to show up authentically. And I hope this is something you need to hear. So we're going to take a look at these pages and maybe some clips of, how I got these pages created. But mostly, let's just talk about this, okay? Because surely I'm not the only one who struggles with this.
So you're about to see how I'm just sort of fiddling around with a bunch of pieces of paper. Most of them are gel prints that I've done. This is a little, that quote that I was talking about, not quote, but the little words that I had written down. And before I ever started this, there's some handmade paper in there that I purchased somewhere. And I'm just fiddling around. I'm this piece I actually like, this little scrap right here, and I'm at this point okay, but really at this about now is when I start comparing myself. When I start thinking about, well, this page isn't as pretty as the page that I did last week, or it's not as pretty as the page that, this great creator that I followed, the one that they did last week, or whatever. My brain is really starting to crash and burn. I am absolutely telling myself all the things about how I'm not good enough. I'm not doing the right thing. I'm, you know. I even get desperate enough, quote unquote, desperate enough, that I start pulling out some of my favorite papers. And you're about to see that in just a moment. There you go. This is one of my favorite pieces of paper, as is the one that I'm going to pick up again in just a moment. That one and that one. All three of these. And I even tear this one. But do I use it? No. Do you know why I don't use it? I'm sure you can. You're probably sitting there laughing at me because you're like, you're not using it because it's too precious. Because you like it, you're like, oh, I don't want to waste it on this page that I don't even like. Now, how can I know if I like it if I haven't even reached the end yet? But if you know what I'm talking about, then that means you do it too. I'm just saying. At this point, I'm like, I'm just going to throw one of my favorite colors on here and we're just going to move on with our lives because, but of course I've got to have a little contrast. And so I put it on the edge of that and that's fine. That actually works out fine. But my brain is just spiraling at this point. You probably can't tell, but it is. I end up not putting on some of those favorite papers, and my brain continues to spiral. I end up turning off the video because I'm like, this is just, it's a waste. I can't believe I've done this, and I'll just have to record another video on a different day because this is just, right? I'm still putting a few more things on here, but pretty much I give up on it after this.
Just to make sure I got all of this on the video, the process video, I wanted to show you this page. So, I like it well enough. I like it well enough. It was an art journaling page, and the point was to just play. I think I added some things after I stopped recording, the little outline and outlines here, little doodles here, stuff like that. But that's all good and well. The important part is that the message that I had written to start this whole thing was slow down, enjoy the process, leave judgment outside. Breathe, dear one, just breathe. So I did this, and then I started journaling. But no, let's talk about this. So then I started journaling because this was already in the journal. This piece right here. This is an old sketch that I had done. And it says, of course, this is so much easier said than done. While I could easily tell anyone that comparisons kill creativity and individuality, I am often consumed by it. Not in my big art as much as I used to be, but in smaller, more intimate work and in other creative areas like YouTube. I do this constantly, all while telling myself I am not good enough. So after meditating or having a few tears over this, I wrote this: be genuine, be brave, be present, be beautiful. Beautiful. So what's my point in all this? My point is that I have been an artist for decades now, several decades. I graduated with my BFA almost 2 years ago. Or was it 2 years ago? Yeah, it was 2 years ago. I have my own studio. By all, or at least most measures, not all, by many measures, I am a relatively uh, successful, and I'm a working artist. And I still find myself doing this thing of, well, my work isn't as bright and colorful as theirs is. My work isn't as, uh, doesn't have flowers, doesn't have, you know, uh, bright popping colors. Sometimes it does. But this page, I was beating myself up because it didn't have all of that. It didn't have those bright popping colors. It didn't have, uh, just all of the happy, exciting things, because I wasn't really feeling excited. I was feeling um, a little meh and needing to just spend time in my art journal to feel better. And yet, in that process of being in my art journal to feel better, I started making myself feel worse. So there you go. There's that. And I'm hoping that you don't know what I'm talking about. But for those of you who do know what I'm talking about, I want to remind you to be kind to yourself, that no matter where you are on your artistic journey, you can fall prey to uh, this self-talk that tells you you need to be someone else, because you don't need to be someone else. I promise you, and I guess I needed to tell this to myself, but I believe this 100%. You do not need to be someone else. We need you. We need you to show up as you are and who you are. And different people resonate with. We each resonate with with a different variety of people. We each find kinship and commonality with a variety of people coming from different perspectives. There are certainly days when I can identify with people who are very, very happy and doing all the bright neon colors, which I don't have any neon colors in this thing here. I actually have curse words in here somewhere, so I'm trying to be careful not to show you all the pages. But some people resonate with that. Some people don't. Some people resonate with liking and enjoying to do portraits or junk journal style journals, or let me see if I can find something else in here. Things like this, like neurographics. Some people really identify with that kind of thing. This right here, I love this. It's not going to mean anything to a lot of people. So, yeah. My point is just be you. We need you. We do. We need you. And I have to take that same advice and turn it back to myself, and that we need me too. We need me to show up as me. All right. I hope you have a great day.